Could you tell me a bit about this Metallica by Request tour?
Well, basically what it is it's a concept that our management came up, which enables all the fans who are coming to the show to text what songs they want us to play. And this process started like months ago, even before we started touring, so that we would get all the results back in advance. And the way it works out is that the fans can vote what songs are going to be on the set list, and then every night there's one song that will be played. Actually, let me back up. There'll be 3 songs that you can text on that very day, which songs that we can play that night in this certain slot. But the rest of the set list is also chosen by the fans as well in advance.
How is that for you because on your last tour, I think I've heard that you went through like 70 different songs on the Death Magnetic tour.
Yeah.
Are you going through less songs now?
Well, it's interesting because the songs that we're getting the votes for are the songs that are already in our set list, all the obvious ones, of course, like, Enter Sandman, Nothing Else Matters, Sad But True, Battery, Master of Puppets. Those are already coming through, and we were expecting a lot of different stuff, like maybe, Dyer's Eve, or one of the deeper cuts, like, To Live Is To Die, or Poor Twisted Me, or something like that. The strangest request that came by was from Finland, and that's for Frayed Ends of Sanity, which is really, really cool for us to play. It was the first time we ever played it. But, on average, it hasn't really been that different. And, that's very telling in that when we put the set list together, we're on the right track.
How do you feel? You've of course seen the set list for tonight. What do you think about the songs that Norway's pick? Are they any different from?
It's like a lot of other places. There's in that one wild card slot. I don't know what 3 songs are going to be in the one wild card slot. That's what we call it. That's the slot where you can pick from 3 songs which one song you want to hear, because it's different every time. And so that'll be interesting. And we're going to be taking votes up until like the minute before we play the song. We'll show the results up on the video screen over the stage.
Which 3 songs?
It's I haven't seen it. I haven't seen what it is today, because I think some of the results are still coming in.
Okay.
Usually the final tally. Usually we get a count right before we go on stage to see which song is in the lead, and then the final tally comes up while we're actually on stage, up on the screen, and we'll say, okay, it's between Whiplash and Call of Cthulhu, what'll it be? And then people text, and then whatever song it is, we'll play it.
This is really 2014 stuff.
Yeah, it is. It's the most interactive we've been with our audience as far as coming up with the set list is concerned, and what songs they want to hear. And yes, it is truly 2014, because you could not do this 10 years ago at all. It would have been mind-boggling, a mind-boggling amount of paper to do it,
To do it by post.
Yeah, exactly.
How's the fans responded to this project?
Great. I mean, it's been really exciting. There has been a challenge. For instance, in I think it was in Helsinki, the place where the venue had a weak cell signal, so not as many texts were coming through, which is a little bit of a problem. We've done this also in South America. We did it in South America a few months ago, and we're running into similar problems where the venue didn't have a strong cell signal, so we weren't getting as many texts as we thought we would be getting. But other than that, I mean, it's been running pretty smoothly, and it's interesting, and it's mildly amusing.
Yeah. But what's it like for you as a band?
It's great because, again, we don't know what the song is going to be, and so that kind of makes it exciting for us. rather than just going through the set list and thinking, okay, yeah, we got to play that song. Oh, we're going to play that song again, you know. Not knowing what song it is and rooting for it is kind of fun.
According to my numbers, you've been in Norway 15 times since 1986.
We like Norway.
Yeah. How do you feel about Norway?
Scandinavia as a whole is one of our favorite places to play. I mean, Scandinavia as a whole has supported us so greatly over the years. I mean, we are just so eternally thankful for the support that Denmark, Sweden, Norway, Finland, Iceland, all those places have the support that all those places have given us has just been amazing. I mean, we definitely feel the love, and we definitely are excited about Scandinavia. And like, I always find myself asking about whether Scandinavia is on the tour stop or not, only because it's just so great being here and so great playing to the fans. And I know the fans really, really appreciate it, because I know how Danish people are, I know how Swedish people are, I know how Norwegian people are. I've hung out with them for ages and ages and ages, and I truly feel that their culture has welcomed us with open arms.
In Scandinavia, and especially in Norway, there are a lot of festivals, and a lot of festivals are struggling with getting a crowd, but the rock festivals are still going strong, and they're popping up everywhere. What's special about the rock fans?
Rock fans are just amazingly dedicated. They know what they like, and they stick with it. And I think also maybe a small percentage of the reason for that is that there's not a whole lot of great stuff coming up. If there is, I don't know about it, and it's hard to find it. If there is something out there that's great, it's hard to find, because there's so many bands out there nowadays, so many outlets for music. You can be a huge superstar in your little area, and never really need to break out anywhere else because of social media and whatnot. I don't know, but I know that people like to know what they're getting when they pay for it, and I know that rock bands have a way of delivering, no matter what part of their career is, to a certain extent, that when you go see AC/DC, you're gonna have a certain amount of satisfaction. If you go to see Slayer, you know what you're gonna get, and people rely on that. They rely on knowing they're getting what they pay for. And I don't know if that's the case with a lot of newer musical acts or electronic music acts or whatever, but the rock festival is a big celebration of music and creativity and artistry and freakiness and everything else. And I think people just need that and enjoy that. And I think the younger generations need something like that. And some of them are gravitating to the rock because maybe it's in their personalities that they need that, But it's all my opinion. I could just be full of shit on all of it. I could be completely wrong on all of it. That's what it seems like to me.
They seem very loyal.
Yes,
thank God.
I know I'm loyal. I know that when certain rock bands come into my hometown, I'm like, oh man, I want to see them. Or a new band or a rock band that I love puts out an album, I'm thinking, I gotta go to a record store right away. I mean, I just found out today that band Down put out a new album. I'm thinking, I gotta get to a store and buy the CD, because I personally think CDs sound way better than MP3s,
But speaking of new records, your new record, are you working on one right now?
We're working on it. Yeah, it's far from finished.
What's it gonna sound like? Is it gonna sound like?
It's too early, It's just, it's gonna be. We're using Death Magnetic as a starting place. The sound of Death Magnetic as a starting place, the attitude, the approach. Where it leads us, I have no idea.
So
we'll
it's
see.
kind of back to a bit of the fast Metallica, the Fast and Furious Metallica.
I know I've written a bunch of fast stuff. You know, I like playing fast still. You know, I have a feeling that it's going to be similar to Death Magnetic. But yeah, it's too early to really comment on any batch of songs. I mean, we have Lords of Summer, which is a pretty cool song to play. Whether it ends up on the album, I don't know.
I'll finish up now. I'll just ask you one more question. The Rolling Stones were here on Monday, and they're like 300 years old, all of them.
Yeah.
How long will you keep continuing and coming to Norway and playing shows, of course?
I hope we just keep on going. I know that we probably won't keep on going, but I'm gonna do this for as long as I can. You know, with or without the band. Because this is what I do, and I don't want to retire. The thought of retirement, kind of scares me, because if I retire from music, I'm just going to waste away surfing the rest of my life away. And there's nothing wrong with surfing the rest of my life away, but I'm a guitar player, and I'm a creative person, and I need to do stuff. And my mind won't let me retire. So.
And you don't want to get yourself killed on a surfboard.
Well, one injury every 12 years isn't so bad.